Hi, my name is Nikki Lynn Pugh, and welcome to thegentletraveler.com. I'm a writer, an integrative nutritional health coach, a health researcher, and an energy medicine practitioner. I help people who are going through an awakening process lower their stress responses, balance their energy, gain mental and emotional clarity, and even heal from disease. We all need a little help in navigating the often chaotic waters of this ever-changing world and of our ever-changing lives and bodies as well. And this is what the Gentle Traveler is all about. Now, I just said a mouthful. If all this resonates with you and you are ready to check out what the site and my offerings as a health coach and energy medicine practitioner are all about, great. Feel free to click off and poke around the site, where you'll find blogs, videos, shares, interviews, classes, presentations, and others to help you live your very best on purpose, high energy life. If you are intrigued but still not sure what I'm talking about, keep listening and I'll explain a little more. First of all, what do I mean by an awakening experience? Before I explain what I think this means on an individual level, let me explain what I believe is happening on a more macro level on the planet right now. I believe that our planet and all living things on it right now are going through a massive shift. The shift has to do with an elevation in frequency, as our planet has completed one long cycle and is now entering into a new one. It also has to do with the alignment of our planet in relation to the cosmos in general at this time. This shifting of energies is not discriminatory. It does not pick and choose who it affects, and it is in fact affecting every living thing on this planet and other planets as well, including our Earth herself and human beings. What is this shifting of energies all about? Well, in terms of us humans, I believe this has to do with transmutations taking place on the DNA level, i.e., the level of energy, which have until recently gradually been preparing us for a shift where our conscious reality resides, where before our conscious reality resided mainly in a third density experience, i.e., our physical bodies, our physical relationship bonds, our physical challenges relating to the lower energy centers, primarily first, second, and third chakras. And we are moving into now one that is primarily a fourth density experience. Some say that we are moving into fifth density, and some even call these densities dimensions. For this intro video, these details really aren't that relevant. What is relevant to understand is that there is a shifting up of higher levels of frequency on the planet as a whole happening right now, and this is affecting us right now on the DNA energy level. The elevation in energy frequency has been going on for a while now, and for quite a while, maybe the last 30 years or so, the shift has been gradual. In recent years, however, you may have noticed that this process has been speeding up exponentially. And in the first few months of this year, you may have noticed that this process has really been ramping up. As I said before, there is in fact no one who is not affected by this change. Although as conscious beings, us humans can choose how we perceive what is going on. And this can literally make all the difference in your own life, and in turn, how this raising of frequency is expressed collectively as well. This is where awakening comes in. For each person, awakening is occurring in some way, in terms of the fact that things within you are literally waking up. Here is a purposefully objective and neutral statement that I'm going to make, so please bear with me. This could mean physical sensations that you have never experienced before are rising to the surface. Memories from childhood could be resurfacing. Maybe even wild dreams about other worlds or other realms that seem to be coming out of nowhere are happening each night or a couple times a night as you lay your head on your pillow. Perhaps thoughts pop up into your head that seem to come out of nowhere, or you are seeing things out of the corner of your eye that are making you feel like you must be going crazy. Or maybe you just feel a sense of restlessness in your physical body or in your emotions. Or perhaps your life in general is changing around you. Some things are going away and other things are coming in, and all these things are just beyond your control and they are happening to you. With all the chaos that is happening in our world and in our own personal lives right now, you can choose how you perceive these experiences. The main theme of the shift that is happening, if you have to pin it down to one thing, could be summed up in one word: transparency. And we see this in all manners and all ways in our world and in our lives happening right now. Our physical bodies are being infused with more light. They are becoming less dense and more light-filled, more transparent or translucent, if you will, to the light of life itself, or to the light of consciousness, to use a more common vernacular. Our own fears and the secondhand manifestations of these fears, rage, anger, trauma, anxieties, as well as judgments, are coming to the surface as well. They are becoming transparent. And on a collective level, the hidden histories of our own planet, the way our political and economic systems work, the hidden motivations of our political leaders, and those institutions that we thought were sacred and working for the benefit of us all, those are becoming transparent and being exposed as well. Yes, on the social scene, all of this leads to confusion. I know, I've been there, and I'm still there a lot of times. A deluge of competing narratives on this person or that event, or this situation. What remains constant, however, is the energetic impulse for transparency, for translucence, for the breaking down of old, so-called established paradigms, so that something new, something multicolored, something translucent to the light of consciousness can shine through. All of this is happening. And in the middle of a time in our 3D human history that is like no other, in this time of rapid change, indeed total transformation that is just beyond the horizon and approaching us quickly, you can choose to ignore the inherent impulses of the universe. That is your right to do so. We have free will, believe it or not, in this universe, and you indeed have the right to completely ignore the ebb and flow of the immense changes that are taking place inside of you and out into the world. You can do that. That is your right. You can dig in your heels, stick to your judgments on all levels, and just pretend that it is life as always, life as usual on planet Earth and in your own life. When negative emotions or painful memories come up, you can choose to stuff them down and plunge into work, family responsibilities, mainstream TV, sex, or substances of various kinds or another, simply to numb out. When alternative viewpoints outside of the mainstream media outlets are presented to you about what is going on politically, economically, and socially in our world right now, you can dismiss it, say that it doesn't affect you, or hold fast to those beliefs that you have always had and that you feel comfortable with. You have the right to do that for sure. And the universe, the Great Spirit, and all those loving, benevolent helpers that are surrounding you right now and who want the very, very best for you at all times will not judge you in any way for it. This is, after all, your life, your journey, your path, and they support you, and your higher consciousness supports you in any decision that you choose. However, if you choose to do that, then because you are going against the organic and natural flow of the universe that is pulsing through the planet right now, your experience may be a difficult one. Disease may crop up within your body because of unexamined and unhealed emotions. Things may seem just out of sync in your life because you are not following the natural synchronicity of energy shifts that are happening right now. You may experience more anxiety, depression, confusion, severe highs and lows in mood, bad luck or misfortune, angry or painful encounters with others, or just plain bad luck. And you may feel that you are stuck in a loop of all this drama. Indeed, it may feel that all the drama happening to you and around you right now is endless and there is no escape. This is the Maya, the illusion of the 3D world that is heightening right now in its last death throes before it crumbles completely, making way for something new. This is my belief, of course, but if any of what I am saying rings true in any way for you right now, then I would like to say as well that there is another way. You may have already begun along the path of this other way. This way has to do with consciously intending to embrace the awakening that is already happening within you and in the world. Embracing the evolutionary impulse of our planet and the energies around us right now and working with this impulse in your everyday life is not an easy path. In fact, it is a path reserved only for the very brave and the courageous of heart. Why? Because as you may know if you are already on that path, this path requires that you take a look at every aspect of your life right now. The way you live your life, those things that you are ignoring, the ways that you are eating that may be hurting your body and your consciousness, how much you are or are not taking care of yourself and loving yourself, what wounds you have within you that are clamoring like little children for attention. Those little children, those wounds that need to be held and to be healed. This path requires that you step into the energy of not knowing for a little while so that you can be open to new information, new insights, new wisdom coming through. And not knowing is very scary for a lot of parts of us. I guarantee that all that you have learned along the way in your life so far will not be lost if you choose this path. But your past experiences will, in fact, eventually be infused with a greater understanding and a greater clarity of where all of the events in your life up to this point have been leading. Eventually, it will all make sense. The path of awakening requires courage. It is not easy, but it is a path of honor, of nobility even, and of amazing adventure. It is truly taking the hero's journey, and it is the path to your higher self. It is the path your higher self, your soul essence, is calling you to be on right now. It will require you to call into question everything that you think you know, and to expand your being to take in more light, take in more heart energy, and take in more life. Indeed, it requires you to think with your heart now, more than ever before, to think with your heart rather than your head. If you are on the path of awakening, and wherever on that path you are at, it is for you that I offer my services and my insights as a fellow traveler, as a helper, as a cheerleader, as a resource, and as a gentle guide. My main goal for you, whether you are a viewer or a reader of my material or a coaching content client, is that you find your own path and that you stay on it so that you can find your own passion, your own purpose, indeed your own service in this amazing, wonderful life that we are all leading on planet Earth at this time. If you want to keep up with all that I have to offer, feel free to enter your name and information on the Gentle Traveler sign-up sheet, and you will receive weekly info and updates as to what I'm offering here on the Gentle Traveler, as well as on other platforms, and as well as on my companion writing website, nikkilynpugh.com. I would love to stay in touch with you and hear about your journey, and I always welcome direct contact via email and phone as well. In the meantime, travel gentle, my fellow travelers. This is Nikki Lynn Pugh, aka the Gentle Traveler, signing out for now. Goodbye.